Everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Paper Rose, and we are going to do some ink blending, and we're going to create a stamped background. This stamped background is called Text Background Clear Stamp, and then we are going to use the Butterfly Coverplate metal die. Now, what I like about the text, it's an inspirational, it's encouragement, it's a really cool background stamp. I grabbed a piece of Bristol cardstock, and I'm going to do some ink blending with my Simon Says Positively inks. And the colors that I'm using are Blush, Sunbeam, Limelicious, Surf, Sweets, Violet, and then I will use the charcoal on the text image. These colors blend absolutely beautifully. Now, I'm also not looking for a complete blend. What's also nice with these dye inks is that while it looks splotchy on the camera, they will dry back. They will absorb into the paper and smooth out. So like that green harsh line that we've got, and we've got this orange harsh line, they actually, over time, as they dry, they actually will fade out and blend together. So that's really cool. Here I'm coming in with Surf, and you can see I'm going very heavy-handed with the colors because I really want the colors to be vibrant. And you can see in that picture in the beginning, the colors did. You don't see these harsh lines that you're seeing on this panel. Once we have that done, we're going to, and I did let that dry a little bit, we are going to die cut this panel. So I'm placing the butterflies down in the bottom right hand corner so that I can put my tape on there, and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine, and we're going to then just pop all of those pieces out. I did, when I run this through my die cutting machine, when it comes to this kind of falls into, it's not truly an intricate die, but it's close to it. But I did run it through twice when it comes to the die cutting machine. I'm going to place this on a piece of gray cardstock. Usually it's white or black, but I did choose gray so that, because I'm going to use charcoal for the words. Now, this just fits into our stamp positioning tool. And I'm going to use, I want this to sit in the middle. So I'm going to use some repositional tape to make sure that this stays in place. I'm going to use my press. And then I will stamp this twice. Usually I'm okay if it's not a perfect stamp, but for this one I did want to have that image because this is going to go on top. I'm removing that repositional tape, and I'm going to glue the cover plate down onto the panel that we just stamped. Now you can see the strip for the background, the text background stamp, it's skinnier than a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch panel. This butterfly panel, however, fits over this perfectly. So there is going to be a border that's going to go around this panel when we put it onto our card. I'm going to use my long shear scissors just to cut around the edge and along that edge, and I am taking the scissors onto an angle so that I don't cut into that blended panel that we made. And you can even see it's starting to blend. We're losing those harsh lines that we saw when we first die cut them. I'm going to use my ATG gun, and I'm going to put this onto a standard A2 size panel. And then I'm going to work on my sentiment. I chose the Hello sentiment. I love the font in this. I'm going to cut the background a couple times, and then I'm going to cut the sentiment itself once. This will give it just a little bit of dimension. And I did choose black because that charcoal was dark. It'll pull out that background just a little bit. And then once we get our sentiment in place, we will be adding some gems along the butterfly wings just to accent those as well. Just finding the good spot for the sentiment. And the gems that I chose are black crystals from, oh, I forget, Studio Katya? Yeah, I believe. So again, we're just going to put those right into the areas along the edges of the butterfly wings to cover up those holes. Once we have them all in place, you can now, it pulls out what the butterfly looks like, and then you can still see that text back there. Now you could use a softer ink if you wanted to for your background. I just really like the different shades of the black that we have, and then that bright rainbow going across. Hope you enjoyed today's project. All the products that I used will be listed down below if you would like to check them out. Thank you so much for watching. And by all means, make sure you subscribe, and always remember what's most important. Always be creative, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, guys.